India is ready to manufacture the fifth generation Su-57 stealth fighter jets domestically. In a huge development, a Russian delegation composed of officials from Sukhoi and other defense entities have completed their feasibility study on manufacturing the stealth fighter jet right here in India. Meanwhile, the American famed B-1B Lancer will participate in COPE India 2025 war games with the Indian Air Force, while after Operation Sindoor strikes inside Pakistan, Indian defense equipment is gaining traction worldwide, and Brazil now wants to co-manufacture the Akash NG air defense system. More on that later, but first, India is just one step away now from manufacturing the Su-57 stealth fighter jet. What's super interesting is that the Russian delegation submitted its report and stated that India's aerospace manufacturer, the HAL, already has more than 50% capacity to manufacture the Su-57 in India. This comes at a crucial time as the Indian Air Force is dealing with a shortage in squadron strength. According to reports, the Indian Air Force currently has 29 squadrons against 42, which is the sanctioned squadron strength needed to face any two-front war. Even though Indian Air Force dominated Pakistan in the recent war and destroyed 11 Pakistani air bases, the need for stealth fighters is being felt, especially given China's rapid advancement with its J-20 and its sixth generation prototype. The need to begin indigenous production is more important than ever, and currently the Indian Air Force is advocating for an even higher squadron strength to increase numbers eventually from 42 upwards to 55 or even possibly 60 squadrons amid escalating regional tensions. Meanwhile, the AMCA project is also gaining momentum. The consortium, led by Larsen & Toubro and BEL, have revealed Dynamic Technologies Limited as a new partner as they compete with the likes of HAL, Adani Defence and Tata Aerospace and others to manufacture India's first indigenous fifth-generation stealth fighter, AMCA, which is set to join the Indian Air Force by 2035. Now, the report by Russian delegation on Su-57 is highly encouraging. It implies that India and Russia can officially begin their joint venture right away. This new development comes right ahead and before of Russian President Vladimir Putin's visit to New Delhi, which is scheduled and expected in the first week of December. President Putin's trip to India is set to mark the 23rd annual India-Russia summit. Prime Minister Modi and President Putin are also expected to highlight defense co-production as a foundation of India-Russia strategic relations and alliance. There are expectations that the Made in India Su-57 project could be announced during his visit. The two nations have long-standing defense ties, and Russia has offered India full technology transfer and even the source code access for its famed Su-57 aircraft. This offer represents a major opportunity for India to enhance its indigenous defense manufacturing under the Make in India initiative, especially as the Su-57 brings fifth-generation stealth technology, advanced avionics and next-generation engines with it. According to Defense News reports, the detailed assessment was done after an on-site evaluation by the Russian delegation, and that was held in September. The inspection involved touring various facilities, including Nashik Production Center, which handles the final assembly of the Sukhoi 30 MKI fighter jets for the Indian Air Force. The Koraput division, which reportedly handles manufacturing and maintenance of the AL-31 turbofan engines for the Su-30s, and the Kasaragod Strategic Electronics Unit in Kerala, which handles the production of avionic components to build advanced fighter jets. While conducting their inspection and report, the Russian delegation underscored HAL's readiness in infrastructure, technology and skilled manpower. This ensures India's capacity to cover half of the requirements to produce the Russian stealth fighters indigenously. Over the last 2 decades, the HAL has sharpened its expertise through licensed manufacturing of the Sukhoi 30 MKI. It now provides a robust industrial base with high expertise in airframe assembly, avionics integration, engine production and testing facilities. India and Russia had signed an intergovernmental agreement in the year 2000 so that the HAL could start the licensed production of the Sukhoi 30s in India, and since then, the HAL has produced more than 270 Sukhoi 30s for the Indian Air Force. It is already equipped with the ecosystem including suppliers, skilled labor, and technical expertise required to produce such high-capacity fighter jets. Currently, the HAL is preparing a report on the investments needed now to begin the full-scale production of the Sukhoi 57. These would require infrastructure upgrades, advanced R&D, supply chain development, human resources, and technology integration. This assessment report will be submitted to the Indian Ministry of Defence by the end of this month or November 2025. The Sukhoi 57 design for the Indian Air Force was proposed along with upgrades to key features in order to smoothly tailor the jet to Indian Air Force requirements. These include gallium nitride or GaN based ASAR radar and India-developed mission computers which are planned for integration on the Russian jet. According to the agreement, the initial aircraft may be supplied from Russia and the production ramp-up will be done in India through HAL's existing infrastructure. The Nashik plant is poised to be the central hub for Su-57 assembly in India. This collaboration will further deepen the India-Russia defense partnership, facilitate advanced technology transfers, and boost India's aerospace manufacturing ecosystem. The move aligns with India's ambitions of self-reliance in defense production or Atmanirbhar Bharat, reducing dependency on imports and foreign supply chains, and positioning the HAL as a global player in advanced fighter jet manufacturing. In the history of defense production, the HAL has a robust track record for manufacturing fighter jets and other defense equipment. To date, HAL has delivered more than 1,900 aircraft and helicopters to the Indian Air Force, and this includes the MiG-21's Sukhoi 30 NKIs as well as the Jaguar jet. About 40 Tejas jets have been made along with 200 Tejas Mark 1As which are on order and under production. Reports claim the HAL has the capacity to produce 12 Su-57 aircraft per year, but this can be enhanced to meet an annual target of 20 to 24, which is more than one stealth fighter squadron per year. What do you believe? Should India build the Russian Su-57 or put all bets on the indigenous Anka fighter? The American B-1B Lancer heavy bomber aircraft is set to join the Indian Air Force for high-profile joint military drills, further underscoring India-US defense ties despite economic friction and dispute over Trump tariffs. The involvement of the American B-1B bomber is significant as it reportedly does not operate beyond the core allied region in the Indo-Pacific. Its inclusion in these high-profile drills highlights the Pentagon's support for New Delhi as both the nations navigate through geopolitical challenges. The Indian Air Force and US Air Force will conduct a series of complicated drills in COPE India 2025, including precision strikes, simulations of combat, air interceptions, and coordinated sortie missions. The Indian Air Force will feature assets like Sukhoi 30 MKIs, Rafale fighter jets, as well as the indigenous Tejas Mark 1A fighter jets. The drill is expected to boost interoperability, refine cross-domain communications, and rehearse combined force response against high-end threats. Brazil has expressed its interest to co-manufacture the Indian next-generation variant of Akash surface-to-air missile defense system, the Akash NG, following India's proposal for export of this missile system. During talks between Indian Defense Minister Rajnath Singh and Brazilian Vice President Geraldo Alckmin in October, they had discussed areas of priority to facilitate joint work, including co-production and technology transfer of key defense equipment. According to news reports, Brazil is also looking for an opportunity to co-produce an upgraded version of the Akash NG system and expected to dispatch an evaluation team to assess the performance of the Indian Akash NG air defense system. The Akash NG comes with an advanced active electronically scanned array or ASAR radar and an active radar homing seeker, making it more efficient than the standard Akash version. It also has greater range. India-Brazil talks reflect a growing strategic partnership with continued focus to boost defense industry collaboration and military exchanges. Indian defense architecture took another big leap in innovation and sustainable technologies as MICOB or MICOB Private Limited delivered more than 50 impact and blast resistant 3D printed bunkers to the Indian Army. These bunkers are designed to meet demands of high stress operational environment to ensure optimistic ballistic resistance, improved thermal insulation and enhanced comfort for soldiers in extreme climatic conditions like those in Ladakh or the deserts of Rajasthan. This technology was crafted using the company's proprietary 3D concrete printing technology. Compared to the ideal construction timeline, which can take about 45 days, this technology takes less than 7 days. The Indian Army conducted rigorous tests in Pokhran in 2022 against live weapons like the powerful T-90 tank. The tests validated the durability of these bunkers. In another push towards self-reliance, Indian Defence Minister Rajnath Singh announced that India will begin production of fighter jet engines by 2026, which is just next year. He said in an interview to Network 18, quote, "There are talks, many companies like GE, Safran, etc. We have taken several steps in that direction. I cannot reveal at this point as the final decision will only be taken by the CCS or the Cabinet Committee on Security. We have clarity on the concept and direction," unquote. He added that the fighters will be made in India by Indians. India is in advanced talks with major global aerospace companies like the US-based GE Aerospace and France's Safran to facilitate technology transfer and domestic production. France's Safran is the frontrunner to partner India to co-manufacture a 120 kilonewton engine for the AMCA Mark II. The final decision will be approved soon by the Indian Cabinet Committee on Security. Leave a comment with your opinion, hit the like button and subscribe to Inconnect News.